Along the rivers of rural Vietnam, there is an old warning that many fishermen still remember. If you see a woman dressed in white standing by the water after midnight, do not approach her. And whatever she asks, do not follow. Years ago, in a small village near a wide river, there lived a young fisherman named Tuan. Every night, he would take his small wooden boat out onto the water before dawn. One evening, after finishing his work late, Tuan stayed by the river longer than usual. The moon reflected softly across the surface of the water. The village behind him had already gone quiet. As he prepared to leave, he noticed someone standing on the riverbank. A woman. She wore a long white dress. Her black hair hung down over her shoulders. At first, Tuan assumed she was a traveler who had become lost. He called out to her. The woman didn't answer. She simply stood there looking toward the river. A cold breeze moved across the water. Something felt wrong. Tuan decided to leave. As he turned away, he heard a voice behind him. Soft. Almost a whisper. Can you help me? He looked back. The woman had not moved. Yet somehow her voice sounded as if she were standing beside him. Tuan hesitated. Then he stepped closer. Are you lost? He asked. The woman slowly raised her head. Her face was pale. Far too pale. And her eyes seemed empty. She pointed toward the darkness downstream. My child is waiting for me. The words sounded strange. Almost rehearsed. Then she began walking. Not toward the village. Not toward any road. But along the riverbank into the darkness. Tuan followed. At first, he stayed several meters behind. But no matter how fast he walked, the distance never changed. The woman remained exactly the same distance ahead. The night grew colder. The sounds of insects disappeared. The river seemed unnaturally still. After several minutes, Tuan realized something terrifying. He no longer recognized the path. The village lights were gone. Only darkness surrounded him. Suddenly, the woman stopped. She stood at the edge of the river. Slowly, she turned around. For the first time, Tuan saw her face clearly. Her eyes were completely black. And she was smiling. Not a normal smile. A wide, unnatural smile that stretched across her face. Then she pointed toward the water. Tuan looked down. Floating on the surface of the river was his own reflection. But the reflection wasn't copying his movements. It was smiling back at him. Tuan stumbled backward in terror. When he looked up again, the woman was gone. The riverbank was empty. He ran all the way back to the village. The next morning, he told the elders what had happened. They listened in silence. Finally, one old man spoke. Years earlier, a young mother and her child had drowned in that part of the river during a flood. Many claimed they still appeared on moonlit nights, looking for someone to follow them into the water. To this day, fishermen in that village avoid the river after midnight. Because some believe that if the woman in white asks for your help, she isn't asking you to save her. She's asking you to join her.